Buddy, this is Kelly, also known on Twitter as KellyAnn1977. The first thing I'm going to show you, because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I just woke up, is my computer desk. My husband, I picked it out on Amazon, and it was $100. And I didn't need anything big or with a lot of drawers or anything, just something that could fit in the corner of my living room for my computer area. And my husband went and found the same exact one on Staples that Staple actually designs. So I'm going to show it to you. So when I start back at school in 3 weeks, I can do my work here. I could take my notes, and I can also have my book open here. And we were able to find a Vista. Now, if you watch my vlogs, I've done a couple since I moved in a month ago. And the table was against the wall, and it was the long way. And then my computer chair was here. So just by changing how the table is and me moving my stuff into the living room, it seems like we got a lot more area space. And this is some new bedding that we're trying with the hamsters. It's ecologically friendly, odorless, and it absorbs odor. It's doing an amazing job. I cleaned this yesterday. I just have to do this little rug wrap today. I was too tired to try to go ahead and do him also. And we went to a birthday party yesterday for my 13-year-old nephew. And his sister made this cake for him. And I did do a short vlog of just wishing him a happy birthday and singing the birthday song. So I will be posting that too as like a family vlog. And that's what's going on there. Morning. So I have a cookout to go to Sunday. My sauce came out really well. I wish I could have like filmed what it looked like and stuff, but unfortunately we forgot to take it out of the crock pot because I got done at 1:13 a.m. Doing my sauce. So I started it off in the crock pot, and then I finished a really thick sauce by itself, just in the saucepan with some mushrooms, onions, green peppers, celery, and hamburger. And I like chunks of tomato in my food, and then garlic, basil, and oregano was the only seasonings I put in it. And then stuffed shells. So I cooked them on the stove and then put them in cold water for an hour, so it'd be easier to stuff them with Italian blend on top. So everybody had that, and they were quite full after they ate. So everything went well. We spent about 2.5 hours up there. When I go to school, usually by week 3, I get crammed with work. I am a STEM studies student, which is a science major. So I do get a lot of work that other majors don't get. So it's very hard after like the third week to really get up there. If I get a little break or if I can get ahead of my work, and I'll do that just so I can go up and visit with them. But if I can't go up and visit, I always call my mother-in-law at least twice a month. And when we do talk, usually it's about 30 minutes. Sometimes an hour if we both have something to talk about. So that's what's going on there. And on one of my papers, which was supposed to be a reflection paper. And she wanted to use certain terminology that was in the last chapter 25. And I feel I did do that. I got a 77, but again, she didn't tell me why she took off points. She just told me that she enjoyed reading my piece and that she likes to do these kind of reflections where you have to actually use terminology that that you learned to make sure that you do understand what you're doing, and that the class wouldn't be the same without me, and wishes me the best for the future. And then she gave me a video to watch that was only I can see this stuff that's being said to me, and she wanted me to watch this video. So I'll be doing that today, sitting down and watching it since she took the time to give me it. So I'm just waiting on one more grade, which is the major project for my Facebook group, Talking Trash, which I'm still a part of. I'm still very active with it. And out of respect, there was another student who did a Facebook page on the importance of, I'm just tired, 3 o'clock in the morning, putting like satellite dishes and things of that nature, the turban things. And we do have a couple small farms of them out here in Vermont on the mountaintops. And she's just talking about that kind of stuff. Kind of aggravates me because this was supposed to be done Thursday of last week. So you're supposed to have it in the 9th, no later than 11:59 p.m. If you were late posting, you get 10% taken off. Well, she didn't post until the last day of school, which was Monday, the 13th, and she posted at 11:55 p.m. She literally only had 4 minutes to get it in. She did not start it until August 12th, it was already supposed to be done. The teacher reminded us for 6 weeks about it. Every week she would remind us, if you don't know what to do or have any questions, just, email me personally and we'll discuss it. And I posted and started my Facebook page before August 1st because I wanted to get enough time to actually be active in it, to show that I am active in it and that I go on there every single day. I think it was like July 27th. And I'm still active, and I'm sure when the teacher went back to go check it out, I'm sure she could see that I was still active in it, even though it was already handed in. A lot of people did flyers or little booklets, and you make it, you take your pictures, or PowerPoints. A couple people did PowerPoints. Once you hand it in, you can't go back and do anything to it. It's done. I continue to go back and do things with this hands-on activity. So hopefully, I get a better grade than everybody else because I handed it in early. And when I created it, I handed it in about the 10th of August. No, I handed it in early. It was due. I think I handed it in on the 6th, which means I didn't have a very long time to go ahead and get members and stuff. And I have 13 members right now, which I think is good. 3 of them is actually the people from my class. So I don't know. I took time to sit down to think about how I wanted to do it. I found a really cool border that's hand painted. I had to find the videos. I had to do the polls myself and find the proper information and put videos from YouTube, from like Neographic, National Neographic, CNN News, or anything that I saw online when I turned on my computer. and I turn on the internet, it goes to msn.com, all the news that's going on. So I actually found a few things that had to do with what I was doing, which is just littering in our world and what it's doing, which is time consuming. And my teacher said I did very well. She said that it's a very credible group because I'm using credible known sources. I just don't understand why you waited so long to post it when you knew 6 weeks before it was due. And two people did post late, but that's really really late, especially if you were already working on it Sunday, which it tells you when you go into a group on Facebook the exact date and time it was created, which is telling me you didn't care, you didn't do it, whatever. And just to only lose 10% when you were well, basically, I'm considering that 4 days late. It should be like 10% for each day you're late. And I personally did not write to anybody who was late. I did join her group because it looked nice, and she claims she's going to be very active in it. We'll see. But I did join it. But, you know, it is what it is. So I still have a 90. With that 77 grade, it took me down a half a point. So just waiting on that last grade. If I can get at least a 90 in it, it should boost me to a 95. So, and then today I have to call and make an appointment to pick my classes, because I didn't go on the 9th. I didn't wake up until 2:30 in the afternoon. My appointment was for 11. But as you can see right now, this is why. So it was a Wednesday, and now I'm off on my schedule. So Tuesday the 14th, like I said, I was done cooking at 1:13 a.m. I went and lay down at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I was up and down, making sure, because my sister was going to be here for around 11 to pick up her food, because I put some aside for her so she could have a nice meal. She hasn't been feeling good. She had to go to the doctor's and get blood work. Emergency blood work. They called her late and said, we need the blood work. We can't wait any longer. So I kept waking up. And then finally, it's retarded. It's like, okay, it's 6:46. Lay back down. Okay, get up. Don't know how long I've been laying in bed. Oh, it's 7:02. Alright, lay back down. Get back up. Oh, it's 7:45. Finally at 8:36, I'll just fucking, oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'll just stay up. And then I jumped in the shower, about 9:50. And I was in there until 10:30, yesterday morning, because my back's killing me, my bones hurt, and it helps. I'm hot. And then slowly turn it down to cold first. When I get out of the shower, I'm not already sweating. And then it just was incredibly hot up here. I'm trying to put on my makeup, and I got sweat pouring down my face. Then I got this glitter stuff. And I thought it was regular eyeshadow. It looks like regular eyeshadow, powdered. And I start to put it on, and I'm not realizing it's like a liquid. And I put it all around my eye, and then it was like, it wasn't dry yet. I guess it dries a little bit, but if you're sweating, your sweat's gonna come through it, because it was like an oil base. I did pick up some more of them. They're from Wet n Wild, but I got them at Dollar Tree, because I love glitter. I always have. So that's something that I'll put lightly up here and not around my whole eye. But I had to remind myself not to itch my eye or touch my eye, and it was starting to irritate me. So finally, when we got home, I just completely took it off. But I did try to put those eyelash fake things on from Wet n Wild. They usually go for about $4. Dollar Tree had them. The glue wouldn't work. It was so thin you could barely even see like the part you're supposed to put on. Then I pull it off the thing, and instead of it still being a circle, kind of rounded to fit properly, it went totally straight. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not cut out to try to put these on. And I never tried before, so, I just use 4 different types of mascara to get the same effect. And I always put my green makeup liner up here with a little bit going off. Black, active, ecological, friendly eyeliner underneath with my makeup and stuff. So, and I use my new lipstick. So, it turned out all right. I think my temperature was up a little bit yesterday because after I put on my makeup, I looked like I had a tan. I don't know. I didn't do my makeup any differently. I put it on. It's a very light peachy color. So I put white underneath here too, because as you can see, I get water buildup after I sleep, and it takes a few hours for it to go away. So I put just the white concealer, I guess, and I blend it into my skin. And then I put peach blush around and peach on my cheeks for highlighter. And then I go back over it and I remove and blend it in because, you have to do that or it doesn't look right. So, I don't know, in all my pictures, it just looked like I was either had a sunburn or was a little mad. So I think my blood pressure was elevated. It's been very stressful since one day, finally got our money, go food shopping. So we went to White's Saturday. And then I needed to recuperate Sunday because we live on the second floor. I'm still not used to going up and down the stairs like that. And, I'm 195 pounds. So I'm not the lightest person in the world at the moment. And then Monday we were going 7 hours, and my husband had to go back to GameStop because they didn't give me my freaking games, which is retarded. And then we did, some more food shopping at Walmart and Dollar Tree, and I put away all the groceries, so that's how we do it. He actually made the list. I'll tell him, get whatever you want to get, this is how much money we're going to spend. After I get everything on the list, he can go ahead and get whatever he wants if we have the extra money. But usually I'll put things that he likes on there too. I mean, it's not like just for me. He's got his hamburgers and his steaks, and he likes his beef and pork rib things on the bone, and I don't eat none of that stuff. So, and then we come home and he brings everything upstairs. Again, we live on the second floor now, and I put everything away so he can sit down and relax. So we do have a system. We both do things. And then, Tuesday morning, I started cooking my homemade sauce with the stuffed shells. I did take a 4-hour nap because it got so hot in here and we don't have a fan over the stove. We have very small windows and I have to keep the shades down because I don't like people being able to see into my kitchen. So I took a nap and I had to keep cooking on and off and letting it cool down. So that's why it took so long. And then I didn't sleep good for the past going on 6 days now. And then we went to the birthday party yesterday. So for me, that's being very active than what I usually am, especially when I have schoolwork. I'm just sitting down trying to get it done. Anybody who's been in college or like an advanced class in high school will definitely know that it's a lot of work. So I think today I'm going to go back and record some more We Happy Few. I do have 2 videos up right now. I'm going to go ahead and post another one when I get off live streaming. And I think I will record some more Dead Rising 4. I don't have any more videos up. Was it hard? Applied math? My last math class I just took, which is my last one for the 4-year college, I graduate next summer, was statistics. Before that, I took 2 basic maths to get me ready for applied concepts and then college algebra. And I ended up with the first one was just a pass or fail. I got a pass. Uh, the free one doesn't really count towards anything. That's always good to know. I'm a great shopper. um, my concepts of math, I should have had a 95, but I didn't do a project physically. I didn't sit in front of the class and do it. I had to go home because I got sick. I ended up with an 85 because of that. And I had an 87 in college math, and I just got an 83 in statistics. And my husband's going to be taking it next winter, so I'll be able to help him with that. I live in Vermont now. I'm from Rhode Island. I've been out here for 5 years, and it will be 3 years doing college. I have extra classes because I am taking STEM studies, environmental science class, and I've worked for 20 years. I was a shift manager at Burger King and Wendy's. Wendy's I worked at night, Burger King I worked during the day, and I opened. And I've done retail, I've done factory, working with live plants, and I've done jewelry for the theme park in Florida. And I've also done retail, thrift stores, Super Kmart, Big Kmart, Walmart, Target. I've worked for all those kind of companies. And good early morning. I'm just waiting for the sun to come up here. Usually it comes up at 4:30, and I'm going to go for my walk and play Pokemon Go. Oh, that's cool. At Burger King, we had porters that used to come in and do heavy duty mopping, take apart the grill and clean it properly, and then do all the oil. And hopefully, when I graduate the 4-year college, I'll be in there another 2 years after I graduate next summer. I've actually been working with my guidance counselor. She printed out what classes I will need to take for natural science in the 4-year college so that I can knock some of these classes out early. So far I've taken 5 classes that will transfer and knock off what I need to do there. I had a lot of classes I could pick on my own when I changed majors. So that's good. I won't ever have to look at math again. 5 math classes in 2 years, I'm good. Yes, I do. And it has a little suction, so it tries to pull a lot of the oil and grease and heat that goes up out of the store. It doesn't really work. Trust me, I smell every time I left. Those are very hot, and it would take 2 hours at least for it to cool down. So as I was leaving at 11 during the week and 12 on the weekend, they would either be coming in or they come in around 1 o'clock in the morning. And they'd be there 4 hours at least. It was only 2 people. It was a family-owned business. And they had, in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, they did all the McDonald's. They did all the Burger Kings. And they got paid pretty good money. That's cool. I'm 40. I'm 40 and I have 5 children of my own. My oldest son will be 23 this year, and my youngest is turning 10. And I'm married. Just only been married a little over a year. So my husband has 2 children of his own, and we just had 2 grandbabies. So we have 2 grandsons, and a total of 7 grandkids. Well, you never know. When you have a child, it changes the way you are and your personality, and you grow up pretty quick. I was 14 when my sister had her daughter, and she's 2 years older than me. And she couldn't handle getting up at the middle of the night and taking care of her, and she was really gassy, so I did it. So at 14, I was already learning how to parent. So when I had my son at 19, my first son, I was fine. It's just trying to juggle working and taking care of a child. And I worked full time. And I started to do college back then, but I couldn't handle going to college full time, working full time, and taking care of my son. When I started my first year, I had 3 classes. I got 3 7 A's, and I decided to put it on hold. And 2 years ago, I was able to go back out here where I am getting A's and B's. I've only gotten one C, a 74, and my grade point average is 3.22. I needed to be a 3.30 so I can get into the better program at Linden State College that specializes in laboratory work. And I would be doing laboratory work for environment, plants, water, and animals. And this is something that I want to do. I don't want to take, and this is a new program. They just, I'm going to be a environmental lab technician. They will give me samples. They will tell me what they need me to look for, and I will look for it. So to go swimming in the ocean, the water has to be checked before they can open the beach. And every week, the water has to be tested to make sure there's no algae blooms, which can harm us and it can kill the life that's in the water. So I would be testing for that. When I graduate CCV Community College, I will make anywhere. The lowest pay rate is 30,000, and the highest is 45,000. It's an ecological green job. I can actually go anywhere and do this job. I can work at any water plant factory. So that's, I mean, you don't want to work there, it smells real bad, but it's something that I can do when we have water plants everywhere that, you know, sewer water, toilet cleaning, that kind of thing. And then once I graduate the 4 year college, I will make anywhere between 50,000 and 80,000 a year. I hated doing fast food. Even as a shift manager, you the most I've ever made was 12,000 a year. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Start for hourly wage. I would start off at probably $25 with no experience, and I can make up to $40 an hour. Yep, 12,000. Yeah, as a shift manager, 40 hours a week. Yeah. I stopped doing manager work about 4 years ago. Oh no, full time. There's no such thing as a shift manager part time. You have to be 40 hours. You run the shift. So when I opened, I had to go in. I had to set everything up, the registers, recount the safe. Yep. Sometimes 10, 12 hours. In Rhode Island, well, when I first started to work, management wage was 4.25. Every state's different. So Massachusetts is actually $12 an hour now. Rhode Island is 9.50. Vermont it just went up to 10.50. New Hampshire is the minimum wage is 7. I was quite surprised about that. The last time I lived in Virginia was about 10 years ago, and minimum wage was 6.25. I lived in Maryland, Hagerstown 8 years ago, and that was $6. Well, the thing with prices going up is that apartment rents, your electric, everything goes up. They're charging you. We just moved 5 weeks ago. We're in the same building, but we moved from the first floor to the second floor, and they charged me because the apartment downstairs, everything was included, but it was too small for us. So we have to pay for our electric now, and they charged me $20 to type my name into a computer. $20. And our internet, we don't have cable, we just have internet, and they charge us $10 to do the same thing, which is ridiculous. So with everything going up and everything extra you pay for, food alone is ridiculous. Well, Massachusetts is $12 an hour, but everything goes up regardless. It You can't get an apartment for $400 a month anymore, like I did when I was 19. And minimum wage was $4.25, and my electric was no more than $25 a month. And it was $10 a month for your phone service, and I never had to worry about cable because TV was free. You didn't have to go buy tenders and all these boxes to get free TV. It was free. So, things go up, rent goes up, jobs need to go up with them, or nobody will survive. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. Minimum wage is for people who don't have experience. So if you have experience and you're making $24 an hour, it's not, you shouldn't go up to $27 an hour. What you get paid is on your experience and your training. But if everything's going up and your groceries are going up and cigarettes are going up and alcohol is going up and your medicines are going up and your doctor's appointments are going up and your medical is getting shut down and car insurance is going up and your rent's going up, if you are still making $4.25 an hour, how are you going to afford it? And your taxes go up. So this is why it's the way it is. And the more people that live in a state, the less jobs there are. So, but if you do proper shopping like we do, we go to Dollar Tree first, we go to Family Dollar first, then go to the grocery store. We buy everything on clearance. I just got some really cool shoes that's supposed to be $20 for 9. Why spend 20 when I can get them for 9? I just wait until the end of the season. So it's all how you budget and how you spend your money also, and you want to make sure you're saving. Save, save, save. You never know what's going to happen. You may not make it to be able to retire in time, and you might have to stop working at 40. So you want to make sure you do put money away. Everybody has responsibility in their job. As a shift manager, making $8 an hour, and that was 6 years ago, I had people come in and throw food at me, throw ice at me, wait for me in the parking lot because their food got messed up. I had somebody pull out a gun and drive through right before we were closing my first night shift running it by myself. So every job's dangerous. It's People don't realize, just because it's fast food or grocery stores. Well, if you're getting paid $24 an hour, why would you go and only get paid 15? And doing that kind of job, anything that's retail or customer service, which fast food is considered customer service, you get your hours cut in the wintertime. So you're working 40 and you get cut down to 20 all winter season again. You have to budget. You have to have money put away. They will make sure you are like 4 hours behind from getting a week paid vacation, so you don't get your paid vacation because they decided that last week to cut your hours 4 hours. But if you want to quit your job making $24 an hour and you think you can survive on it, well, like I said, Massachusetts is $12. That's the highest management wage that I know of. Go right ahead. I wouldn't, but go right ahead. If you want to go up the ladder and you want to become somebody, you know, like my uncle does work for Burger King. He's done that since he was 14. He's in his 60s, and he's CEO of the company. He's making 80 grand a year and living very comfortably. So it's all how much work you want to do, how much respect you want from your family, your friends, yourself. Do you want to be known to be somebody, or you just want to sit there and flip burgers? I wasn't going to go up the ladder at retail knowing that they don't pay you any money. The general manager was only getting paid $20,000 a year. Title. I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about title. You want to be a crew member flipping burgers, you're not going to get the same respect from anybody if you say, I'm a CEO of a company. It's just the way it is. Just like if nobody wanted to do work, hard work, we wouldn't have nurses, we wouldn't have doctors, we wouldn't have surgeons, we wouldn't have lawyers, we wouldn't have judges, we wouldn't have cops, fire department. It's, you know, these people get paid good money because they do a lot of work and they have a lot of responsibility, but they also have a lot of respect. So what you want to do? I mean, I wouldn't, like I said, if I was making $24 an hour right now, I wouldn't quit. And I wasn't making $24 an hour, and that's why I've been busting my butt going to college at my age. It's all up to you. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to let you go. It's been long enough. And thank you for watching. Thank you for communicating with me. I appreciate it. I do this from time to time. I like to live stream my vlogs instead of pre-recording them. And I have other things on my channel if you wanted to go and take a little look. You're more than welcome to. Thank you. Good morning. Have a great day.